We've been around for nearly 50 years, and we want to take a lesson from this global pandemic. As a corporation, we know that we need to be flexible and innovative. Many of our citizens are still unaware of what Invest Saint Lucia's role is and how it benefits the nation and its citizens. So we've decided to bring ourselves to you, into your homes and into your hands. We want to build a stronger community with you and encourage you to become clients, stakeholders, or corporate and interagency partners. Invest Saint Lucia is working towards a more prosperous and industrious Saint Lucia that you make your own. We are invested in you. Last episode, we took you inside Invest Saint Lucia and its structure. In the next 10 minutes, we will explore Saint Lucia's investment sectors and see how they contribute to our economic sustainability. There's even a pop quiz you can participate in to win, so stay with us until the end. A few years ago, Site Selection magazine identified Saint Lucia as the ideal investment location for the next 5 to 10 years. The magazine cited a population with a burgeoning middle class, political and economic stability, an industrious, well-educated workforce, and quality foundational infrastructure as some of the considerations for choosing Saint Lucia for investment over other small islands. Site selection hasn't been Saint Lucia's only feature in recent times, and we're about to take you through the sectors which have the most promising opportunities for investment here. With sand, sea, sun, unique geographic phenomenon, and a welcoming culture, tourism has become Saint Lucia's flagship product. Before the pandemic, Saint Lucia was and still is one of the most sought-after tourism destinations in the region and in the world. And the country is undefeated in the number of times it has won the title of World's Leading Honeymoon Destination Award. Investment in this sector is extremely lucrative for everyone involved, especially for local small businesses that know the country's terrain, biodiversity, and history. The industry has been fine-tuned by successive governments over the past 30 years, and at Invest Saint Lucia, we have services in place to ensure that investors can make the best of their opportunity. Through the Tourism Incentives Act and the Tourism Stimulus and Investment Act, the government of Saint Lucia provides subsidies in this industry by providing tax and non-tax concessions. This is to facilitate businesses that are capable of adding value towards the economic development of the country. This includes up to 100% exemptions on income and value-added tax, among others, and waivers on import duties. Before approval, the Cabinet of Ministers considers the type, size, and scope and employment potential of the business. While tourism-dependent countries have suffered dreadful economic setbacks, Saint Lucia's reputation puts it in a distinctive position. International investors in tourism projects here have practically refused to relinquish their commitments. In preparation for the travel boom that expected to happen post-pandemic, investors are trusting that travelers will choose Saint Lucia and the destination will remain a worldwide favorite. But Saint Lucia's tourism didn't always garner global attention of such magnitude. Before the new wave of hotels and tourism projects in the 90s, Saint Lucia had a thriving banana industry, and for about 40 years, thousands of farmers were gaining income from green gold. Then we have Saint Lucia's manufacturing industry, not nearly as glamorous as tourism, but whose cogs have dependably turned in the background. Some players have been competing steadily for decades in global trade, like the Saint Lucia Distillers and Baron Foods. These two sectors, agro-processing and manufacturing, maintain economic diversity in Saint Lucia. We're able to meet the local demand for products such as flour, bread, eggs, poultry, meat, fish, honey, and local fruits and vegetables. In addition, success in the tourism industry heavily depends on what we call sector linkages. Our farmers, fisherfolk, and manufacturers who grow and produce authentic local products help sustain Saint Lucia's unique tourism product. Saint Lucia is familiar with natural disaster, and although farmers and manufacturers usually face severe challenges during those times, we come to realize how important they are to our daily living. The COVID-19 pandemic revealed similar vulnerabilities, but it also uncovered new opportunities. Seamstresses and tailors, crochet artists and manufacturers such as NatMed rose to the unfolding challenges last year. As the pandemic continues to roll out and new needs arise, Invest Saint Lucia is ready to assist new innovations in these sectors. In 2019, 24% of new jobs created from investments were from the manufacturing sector, which was second only to tourism. In the year 2020, the manufacturing sector was able to sustain employment more easily than tourism. In addition to our Business Incubator and Accelerator program Boost, we can provide guidance in accessing valuable incentives for these sectors as well. We also have access to market research as well as information on the accessibility that St. Lucia's diplomatic agreements provide. In partnership with agencies such as Export St. Lucia, business owners in this sector will have a wealth of knowledge to execute with. We discussed 3 economic sectors which drove our economy for years, maybe even centuries. The next one is a new kid on the block in some ways, but the business process outsourcing BPO and knowledge process outsourcing KPO industry turned out to have a crucial role in St. Lucia's economy in 2020. Traditionally referred to as call centers, business or knowledge process outsourcers have been around for a while in the Caribbean, and sadly, some have left murky reputations. However, the industry has developed exponentially since then, and agencies like Invest Saint Lucia have been encouraging investments that are sustainable for our workforce. BPOs accounted for less than 1,000 jobs in St. Lucia. Today, it is the fastest growing industry on the island, currently employing over 2,760 people. Globally, the industry grew by 4.4% during the pandemic as more corporations found the need to outsource services, and nearshore businesses are projected to increase by 9% globally in 2021, with companies expected to spend US $101 billion in this sector. And St. Lucia has an enviable reputation because of its proximity to the United States, our easily comprehensible accents, our qualified and suitably trained workforce, and availability of factory shelf space. Employees benefit from promotion opportunities in hospitality, customer service, sales, artificial intelligence, lease abstracting, financing, and telecommunications. This is just the beginning. For 2021, Invest Saint Lucia projects 1,055 new jobs in the sector.
So I've been with Ojo for 3 years plus. I've trained the artificial intelligent machine to identify the different type of homes, features to help the Ojo consumers have a better experience. I was really intrigued to be a part of something new. That was what kind of got me in the door. And just to see it evolve was even more special. I wanted the first-hand experience with the AI. What I enjoyed most about working here is the value we add to the customer experience. I feel really humbled to be a part of my colleagues' career development, from leadership training to soft skill development, discussing empathy, accountability, just respectful interaction altogether. And of course, the fun things, the game room, the free lunch, and the motivational meetings. If I had a friend who was thinking about applying for the customer engagement representative position, I would tell them if they're looking for a challenge and a company that values them, then Ojo Lab is the place to be.
How many people are currently employed in the BPO-KPO sector? Tourism, manufacturing, agro-processing, BPO, and KPO are the bread and butter sectors of our economy. But as the world continues to change rapidly, Invest Saint Lucia, relevant ministries, and agencies are preparing for the island to take its place in the digital world. Through education programs and new global partnerships, we are shifting into digital economy, ICT, artificial intelligence, and innovation as sectors for the future. Then we have more controversial industries that we are trying to clear the pathway towards. There is untouched potential in cannabis and renewable energy industries, but stakeholders and policymakers are beginning to lean towards more sustainable economies, including these industries. This brings us to the end of episode 2 of Invested in You. Remember to go to our Facebook page to answer today's quiz, and stay tuned for episode 3, Business Incubation and Acceleration.